name and what channel or channels are you on?
My name is Garrett Hartle, probably best known for Reach Out Reptiles. We specialize in dwarf and super dwarf reticulated pythons. Recently, we've kind of thrown our hat in the ring trying to help USARK by emceeing their YouTube channel for them. And extremely recently, I think I had this shirt printed yesterday, we've started our own vlog channel called Wild World TV.
What's the new vlog channel about?
I mean, I think it's such an interesting industry that we're a part of. You know, I've been very fortunate with my animals to get a lot of attention and stuff for what we're doing with the animals, but it's such a weird lifestyle it requires to get there. And so we wanted to open up more of like an engaging behind the scenes, get to know us, our journey, and how that happened. It's such a fun story, and it's really cool to talk about all the time, so we just figured we'd start doing it in front of the camera. So that's what Wild World TV is all about. Can
you share some of that now? What got you started? You said you specialize in dwarf reticulated pythons?
Yeah, so I came by that naturally. I always loved reptiles. If you go way, way back, you know, I was probably like most people in the reptile industry where, you know, I was the kid that loved dinosaurs. You find out they're not alive anymore, and so you got to move into something. But for me, my parents didn't really want anything in the house, so I had to hide it all. And I usually had to get it myself, which ended up in me breeding my first captive bred reptiles were actually rattlesnakes, Southern Pacific rattlesnakes, living in Southern California where they came from. So yeah, I kind of started there and worked my way down to like leopard geckos for a while, and then balanced out there somewhere in the middle. I don't know. My second exotic snake ever was a pure Jampea Island reticulated python, and so it was love at first bite. That guy hated me, and but I could see that there was more potential there, and so I've been longing to kind of like share that with the world ever since, and now that's what we get to do.
When did you realize that you were going to make this your career?
So weirdly, my wife pushed me into it. I think that's the real gem about Ashley versus a lot of other people's wives, at least from my customers' perspective. They're like, let me fight with my wife until she'll let me have another snake. I'm like, I don't know if that's a good idea. On the other hand, my wife pushed me into it. I had a very vibrant collection myself just for my own personal use. And yeah, she was halfway through being pregnant with my fourth kid and was like, you should just do this for yourself. You're always making money for everyone else. You know, let's go do this and invent life the way that we want to do it. And she's regretted it ever since.
So does she help?
She does help, yeah, actually. So
is that what makes her so regret it so much?
Oh yeah, absolutely. In the beginning, she wasn't as involved other than just playing a supportive role for me. But now through the community that we're building through the vlog channel and our Patreon group as well, we have a really vibrant community. For example, just a month ago, we had between 150, 200 people come out to our facility from all over the US and just hang out at one big event to celebrate our animals and their relationships with them. We call it Retic Fest. She planned and ran the whole event, so she's really connects well with our community and customer base and everything like that. And I'm kind of a jerk. She's really nice, so that's more her department.
Being part of this large community, like, do you get to travel a lot?
Yeah, absolutely. So I travel constantly. It's kind of crazy, and that's kind of part of the draw for Wild World TV is just bringing people along. So here we are at an animal, social media convention. We do a lot of conservation things like going out to Tide Parks for the first Iguana Fest and bringing my daughter along with that. That was actually an adventure that was captured by Dave Kaufman. And so I've been like this figure on everybody else's reptile vlog channels because I was always in those places and they'd be doing an interview and I'd be jumping on some wild animal in the background or whatever. We figured we'd just try to make that the foreground. And so, yeah, the travel is fun, the networking is awesome. And a big focus of ours is just trying to get the broader community to appreciate what the reptile industry is doing and has done, which is really fun. I mean, it goes all the way back to, we're here at your guys' booth is Zoo Med. I remember was a big part of me keeping my green iguana Thor back in the 90s and stuff like that. It's been my whole life history. And so bringing that community together, much in the way that you guys are doing on this channel with this content right now, has been a huge focus of mine. So thanks for having me on.
Do you have any closing thoughts or advice for people that are wanting to get into the industry?
Yeah, absolutely. I think I think the best way that you can connect with animals right now is to really learn what it is that they're experiencing in nature and how you can maintain that life experience from them as you bring them into your own homes. That's really going to be the bridge that's going to connect you in our little urban or suburban lives to the wilder side that we crave for, rather than trying to change an animal to suit our captive lives. The wonderful thing about the reptile industry is that we are the ones that have to change to allow them to live this completely wild existence. It's wonderful. We need a lot of support from companies like Zoo Med. So the innovation side and just making sure we're taking care of the animals first, each and every one of us from our own homes, is really what's going to make this industry just continue to become more and more something that adds value to society today.